Hello guys, Beastie here with another video, and we are going to be doing my Week 17 picks, but first we have to go through Week 16. But before I do all my picks today, I'm going to describe to you a whole bunch of playoff scenarios to help you so get you guys all excited for what to really watch out for this weekend, because the AFC playoff picture is crazy. It can switch up so much from what it is right now. No one is safe in the AFC right now. No one. NFC, on the other hand, a little less exciting. Two big things to look out for in the NFC, but AFC you have to look over for everything pretty much. There's only one game that doesn't mean anything in the entire AFC. Only one game. So that's going to be really exciting. But for Week 16, basically, I'm at 14-2. The two I got wrong. Jaguars beat the Dolphins, and the Raiders ended up beating the Broncos. Everything else, all my other predictions were right. A few games I want to mention. Ravens upset the Chargers. That is huge. Chargers had a shot to win the division because another upset I predicted, Seahawks beating the Chiefs. That really happened. So knowing that the Ravens beat the Chargers and the Seahawks beat the Chiefs, that still puts Chiefs at number one in their division, 11-4. And the Chargers are there too. It's a close division, but both those upsets, and then Eagles at Texans, really shaking up the playoff picture. Texans right now could be sitting real nice at having a bye week, but now to get the bye week, they need Patriots to lose, and they need themselves to win. And Eagles, with that win, staying alive. That if they lost that game, they would have been eliminated, but they are still alive with one more week to go. Now, Week 17. First, I started predicting. All right, first I'm just going to quickly predict the last game, Dolphins and Bills. Neither game matters because neither team is in the hunt or affecting the playoff picture. They're both eliminated from the playoffs, so this game does not mean anything. This is the only game in the AFC where the playoff picture cannot change from. So I'm going to give the Bills the win at home. If I get that one wrong, I don't care, to be honest with you, because it doesn't matter. I'm going to want to get the rest of the AFC right because those games actually matter right now. All right, so what's going to happen is, so I'm going to explain to you all the playoff pictures. What can happen is, Chiefs, they have 3 spots they can be in the playoffs. They're guaranteed playoffs. They can get 3 spots. They could be 1 seed, 2 seed, or 5 seed. And the Chargers in their same division can only be 1 seed or 5 seed. Okay? So, the Chiefs, they are 1 seed if they win their game. They are 2 seed if they lose their game and the Patriots win okay, so for Chiefs to get 2, the Chiefs would have to lose, the Chargers would have to lose, and the Patriots would have to win for Chiefs to get 2 seed. All right, and the Chargers to get 1st seed and put the Chiefs in at 5th seed. All that has to happen there is Chargers win and Chiefs lose. Now, going further with the Patriots now, they could either be 2nd seed, 3rd seed, or 1st seed. They're going to be one of the top 3 seeds. Now, how to get 1st seed? What I just said. They have to have the Chiefs lose, Chargers lose, and they have to win their game. If that happens, they are 1st seed. 2nd seed, Chargers or Chiefs have to win a game, and they have to win their game. That's how they get 2nd. Or they can lose, but the Texans would also have to lose. Now to get 3rd seed, Chiefs, they would have to lose, and Texans would have to win their game, and the Patriots would be kicked down to 3rd seed. Now, talking about Texans, they could go all over the place. Well, not really. They could be 3rd seed. They're going to be 3rd seed or 5th seed. No, 3rd seed or 6th seed. If they lose their game, they're 6th seed. That's that simple. If Texans lose their game, they're 6th seed. Because the Colts are playing the Texans this week. Oh, never mind. Yeah, if they lose their game, that will put them at 6th seed because the Texans and Titans and Colts play each other. We're talking about that. They're the next 2 teams we're going to talk about. Whatever, Titans and Colts can still win the division. They could snag a 3rd seed or a 4th seed. However that didn't happen, that either one of those teams are going to win. So the team that wins that game, Texans lose the division if they lose their game. The Texans lose the division, but they're guaranteed a playoff spot, but they lose their division. Colts and Titans, you get 6th seed if Texans win. You get 6th seed if Texans win. And you guys know, that game decides Colts or Titans. One of them are going to the playoffs, one of them are going home in January. So I'm just going to say in Colts and Titans theoretically because they are in the exact same spot, just whoever wins the game gets that. So if Texans win their game, they're 6th seed. Texans lose their game, they're 4th seed. If Texans lose and Ravens win, they're 4th seed. And Colts and Titans, if the Ravens win, if the Ravens lose, Steelers win, and Texans lose, the Colts or Titans are 3rd seed. And for the Texans to get 2nd seed, like I said, they just need a Patriots loss and a win for them. And Ravens and Steelers, the other 2 teams that can make it. Right now, the Ravens are in, Steelers are out. What would happen is, for the Ravens to get in, for the Ravens to maintain their playoff spot, all they have to do is win a game. But if they want to go home for January, they're going to have to lose to the Browns, and they're going to have the Steelers beat the Bengals. But I know you Ravens fans don't want that. That's the AFC. I went through every single team and what can happen for every single team. The Chiefs can go be 1, 2, or 5. Chargers can be 1 or 5. Patriots can be 1, 2, or 3. Texans can be 3 or 6. Colts/Titans could be 6, 4, or 3. And the Ravens could steal 3rd actually. For Ravens to get 3rd, I didn't say it. All they have to do is win their game, and they have to have Texans lose their game, and Ravens would be 3rd in the sections. All right, and now for the NFC, like I said, less exciting, okay? Less exciting. There's a whole bunch of games that don't matter, but there's a couple things, 2 things that matter pretty much. One thing, Vikings or Eagles are going to get into the playoffs. Every other team is safe besides the 1 seed through 5 seed are safe. They're going to go into the playoffs. But the Vikings are not safe. They could be sitting home in January. And the Eagles could be playing in January. Right now the Eagles are outside the playoff picture. They can make it in. And another big thing, the Bears can get a first round bye and get the 2nd seed because they beat the Rams. So what would happen is, first of all, the Vikings, to go to the playoffs, all they have to do is win their game against the Bears. For Eagles to get in, they have to have the Bears beat the Vikings, and they have to take care of business in Washington and beat the Redskins. All right? I want to see, too, if the Vikings could take 5 real quick. I want to see if the Cardinals win and the Vikings win. Yes, Vikings can get 5 seed. If the Seahawks lose to the Cardinals and the Vikings beat Chicago, Vikings get 5 seed and they're in the playoffs. Seahawks will still be in at 6. But if Seahawks takes care of business against Arizona, they will maintain the 5 seed no matter what Vikings do. And for Bears to get a first round bye in the playoffs, you have to have the 49ers upset the Rams, and you have to have them win. And the Bears will go 12-4 and get a first round bye. Cowboys fans, I'm sorry, no matter what you do, Cowboys, you're not changing. You're going to the playoffs as the 4th seed. You'll win. You're not going to get boosted up to 3. You lose. Eagles cannot take the division from you. You're being the 4th seed. It doesn't matter what you do. So, knowing all that, I'm going to go into react to the picks. Chargers, Broncos. Chargers are going to take care of business. They're trying to win the AFC West. Chiefs are also going to take care of business against Oakland, and they are going to gain that 1st seed. And the Patriots are going to try to gain that 1st seed. They're not going to happen. Sorry, Steelers. I think the Ravens are going to beat the Browns, but I think you're going to beat the Bengals too. And you have the Texans do winning. And that game I'm going back to because this is the most important game to watch. If you are any type of fan in the AFC and your team's going to the playoffs, this is a game to watch out for because you want to know what teams you're going to be facing in the playoffs. And this is the biggest game because, like I said, all these other games matter in the AFC, but this is the only game where you have 2 teams that are playing each other. Whatever one wins going to the playoffs, whatever one loses going home. All those other teams, they need to either just win their game or rely on someone else. This is the only head-to-head game which figures out who's getting into the playoffs or not. So this is so exciting. Closest game. I'm predicting Colts with an upset. Tennessee, you have a huge advantage. Honestly, this game is really hard to pick. I can see all the people that say Titans. I can understand all the people that say Colts. This is going to be an amazing game, both at 9-6, fighting for that 6th seed. It's going to be amazing. All right, now we're over in the NFC. Falcons, Bucks. Game doesn't really matter. I'm going to give the edge to the Falcons. Why not? Cowboys. I predict you're going to lose. And like I said, it's just because you guys you're fourth. You already know what's coming. You know that you're not going to get third. You know you're not going to lose the division. So knowing that, I think the Cowboys are going to bench Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, and I think the Giants are going to win just for that reason. But because Cowboys, you're not going to change anything for if you win or lose that game. Lions, Packers. It doesn't really matter. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win. That game doesn't matter. Rams, 49ers. Game does matter. Rams lose. 49er. They can lose a first-round bye, so I'm going to predict the Rams. I don't think the Rams are going to go full, but Rams are going to bring a little bit of heat just to make sure they maintain that last spot. If they have to, they will go full out in that second half to make sure they get a first-round bye, because they can go full out because they're getting that bye week if they win this game. Eagles, Redskins. I predict the Eagles are going to win. And I predict the Bears are going to win. So if you know what that means the Vikings, I think, are going home. And I think the Eagles are stealing in that 6th seed. And I have the Seahawks beating the Cardinals to make sure they maintain their 5 seed. And people disagreed with me with this. They said, with Cam Newton out, there's no way the Panthers are going to beat the Saints. But Saints are going to be benching everyone. They clinched 1st seed. No matter what happens, they can lose and Rams can win. They are not going to be 2nd seed. They are 1st seed. They already clinched home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs to the Super Bowl. So they're going to be benching Drew Brees. They're going to be benching Michael Thomas, Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara. And that's going to leave the Panthers with a win. It would not surprise me if the Saints bench absolutely every single player and they play their whole second team. It would not surprise me if New Orleans did that this week against Carolina. Would not surprise me. I'm going with Carolina. And that puts the playoff picture. I'm going to show you playoff picture. I'm not even going to show you records. Right now, I'm going to show you a playoff picture. And that means Chargers at Ravens. Oh, that would be that's going to be such a good rematch. Because I picked Colts to win, I have Colts versus Texans. But remember, if Titans win, it would be Titans at Texans. That's really the one game that's so hard for me to predict. I'm rooting for the Colts. That's the only reason why I picked it. I have no edge over either team. I'm rooting for the Colts, so I picked the Colts. To be honest with you, it was the highest pick. But with the Bears, with the Rams winning, Bears are playing this week. It would be Eagles at Bears. It'd be Seahawks at Cowboys. Oh, that sounds like a good game too. All those games honestly sound pretty good, with Eagles on their win streak being hot right now. All right, now let's look at the records that would end the season. Bears at 12-4, and they still have to play in the wild card round. That'd be wild. Vikings sitting home at 8-7-1. Packers 7-8-1. Lions 5-11, 13-3 for the Saints, 7-9 for the Falcons and Panthers, 5-11 for the Bucks, 9-7 for the Cowboys and Eagles, 7-9 for the Redskins, 6-10 for the Giants, 13-3 for the Rams, 10-6 for the Seahawks, 4-12 for the 49ers, 3-13 for the Cardinals. AFC, Ravens for 10-6, Steelers 9-6-1, sitting home. Browns 7-8-1, just missed a 500. Bengals 6-10, Texans 11-5, Colts 10-6, Titans 9-7, Jaguars at 5-11, 11-5 for the Patriots, 7-9, 6-10 Bills, 4-12 Jets, 12-4 Chiefs, 12-4 Chargers, and Chargers are going to be 12-4. This is more wild than the Bears. They would be 12-4 as a wild card team. But Bears would just have to play wild card weekend. The Chargers would have to play away to get to the Super Bowl as 12-4 team. That'd be wild. 6-10 Broncos, 4-12 Raiders. And that is the NFL standings if my predictions are 100% right. And honestly, if my predictions were 100% right, I feel like this would be the week. Last week probably should have been the week, but whatever. Broncos, you shouldn't have lost to the Raiders. Dolphins, you shouldn't have lost to the Jaguars. Wait, let's look at something real quick before I end here. I'm going to go back here, and I just want to see if they'd still be alive in the playoffs if the Dolphins beat the Jaguars. So we're going to give the Dolphins a win there. We're going to give the Dolphins a win here. And would they be in? No. Would they be like the next team in? Would they be 7? Oh, that'd still be 8. So they're not getting in. It doesn't really matter what happens. Even if they won that game. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But see y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.